Have you ever felt lost in a system you couldn't understand? Trapped in a maze of rules that seemed to make no sense? Today, we're diving deep into a story that captures this feeling perfectly. Franz Kafka's masterpiece, The Trial. It's a novel that's more than just a book. It's a chilling reflection of our anxieties about power, justice, and the systems that govern our lives. Imagine this. You wake up one morning on your 30th birthday, and two strangers are in your room. They tell you you're under arrest. When you ask what you've done, they simply say they don't know. You're not taken to a prison. You're not even stopped from going to work. You're just arrested. This is the bewildering reality that slams into Josef K, a respectable bank manager, at the very start of the novel. His ordinary life is instantly fractured by an accusation without a crime. This isn't a normal arrest. It's the beginning of a nightmare. K is told he is free to live his life, but he must be available for the court whenever they summon him. This single event kicks off a year-long descent into a bureaucratic abyss, a world operating on a logic entirely its own. From this moment, K is entangled in a system that is both everywhere and nowhere. The courts aren't in grand, official buildings. Instead, they're hidden in the attics of run-down tenement houses, filled with stuffy air and strange, secretive officials. His first hearing is a chaotic, almost theatrical event in a crowded room, where he tries to defend himself, but only digs himself deeper into a hole he can't see. He's not fighting a specific charge. He's fighting the process itself. The system doesn't care about his actions or his guilt. It only cares that he's part of its machinery now. This is the first terrifying lesson of the trial. The process is the punishment. The endless waiting, the confusing paperwork, the need to constantly prove your innocence for a crime you don't even know, that is the sentence. As K tries to navigate this surreal world, he becomes consumed by his case. His professional life at the bank starts to crumble. His relationships with women become tools he tries to use to gain an advantage in his case, from his landlady's friend, Fräulein Bürstner, to the court usher's wife. But every person he turns to for help, lawyers, officials, even a painter who claims to have connections, is just another cog in the same incomprehensible machine. His lawyer, a sickly old man, seems to do nothing but delay and complicate things, burying K under mountains of paperwork. The system feeds on itself. The more K struggles against it, the more entangled he becomes. He is told that a definitive acquittal is practically impossible. The best he can hope for is an apparent acquittal or a protraction, where the case is just endlessly delayed. One of the most profound aspects of the novel is how it explores the psychology of guilt. K starts out proclaiming his absolute innocence, but as the trial drags on, a subtle change occurs. The constant accusation, the suspicion from everyone around him, starts to seep into his own mind. He begins to question himself, to search his past for some forgotten transgression that could have led to this. This is the genius of Kafka's invisible guilt. The court doesn't need to prove he's guilty. The system is designed to make him feel guilty. The weight of the accusation itself becomes a form of self-incrimination. It's a powerful commentary on how external judgment can shape our internal reality. When an authority, any authority, tells you you're guilty, how long can you truly believe in your own innocence? This idea is crystallized in a famous chapter, a short parable told to K by a prison chaplain called Before the Law. The story is about a man from the country who comes seeking access to the law. He finds a gatekeeper standing before a door. The man asks to be let in, but the gatekeeper tells him he cannot enter right now. The man decides to wait. He waits for days, for years, for his entire life. He tries to bribe the gatekeeper, who accepts the bribes only, so that you do not think you have failed to do anything. As the man lies dying, he asks the gatekeeper a final question. Everyone strives to reach the law, so how is it that in all these years no one else has ever asked to be admitted? The gatekeeper roars back at him. No one else could ever be admitted here, since this gate was made only for you. I am now going to shut it. This parable is the heart of the novel's bleak philosophy. The law or justice is supposedly for everyone, but the path to it is individual and ultimately inaccessible. The man is trapped by the process, by the rules laid out by the gatekeeper. He spends his life waiting for permission that will never come, paralyzed by an authority whose rules he cannot comprehend. K is just like this man from the country. He believes there's a system to be understood, a key to be found that will unlock his freedom. But the terrifying truth is that the system is designed to be a trap. The very act of engaging with it, of trying to play by its rules, is what ensures your defeat. The gate was made only for you, and its purpose was to keep you out. As the year comes to a close, on the eve of his 31st birthday, the end arrives as abruptly as the beginning. Two men, described as being dressed like old-time actors, come for him. There is no final verdict, no grand announcement from the court. They lead him silently out of the city to a small quarry. K doesn't resist. By now, he is exhausted, defeated by the process. He is so worn down that he almost feels a sense of duty to cooperate with his own execution. The men lay him on the ground, and one of them plunges a knife deep into his heart, twisting it twice. K's final words are, "Like a dog, he dies in shame without ever knowing why." This brutal, dehumanizing end is the final, devastating statement of the novel. K isn't just killed, he's disposed of. His death is as impersonal and absurd as his arrest. He is denied understanding, denied dignity, denied a reason for his fate. His execution isn't about justice. It's about the system tidying up a loose end. The phrase, "like a dog," encapsulates the ultimate degradation. In the face of a faceless, all-powerful bureaucracy, his individuality, his humanity, has been completely erased. He is no longer Josef K, a man with a life and an identity. He is merely a case file to be closed. So what does the trial tell us today, over a century after it was written? The term Kafkaesque has entered our language to describe situations that are nightmarishly complex, illogical, and frustrating, like being stuck in a phone menu loop or trying to deal with a government agency that keeps sending you from one department to another. Kafka's novel is a timeless warning about the dangers of impersonal systems. Whether it's a legal system, a corporation, or a digital algorithm, when the process becomes more important than the people it's meant to serve, we risk losing our humanity. The trial forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. How much control do we really have over our lives when we're subject to vast, faceless authorities? How fragile is our sense of self when faced with a system that refuses to see us as individuals? Kafka doesn't offer any easy answers. Instead, he holds up a dark mirror, showing us a world where logic is twisted, innocence is irrelevant, and the struggle for justice can lead to nothing but ruin. It's a terrifying vision, but a necessary one. It reminds us to be vigilant, to question authority, and to fight for the human element in a world that is increasingly automated and systematized. The haunting power of the trial is that Josef K could be any of us. He is an ordinary man thrust into an extraordinary and incomprehensible situation. His story is a powerful reminder of the individual's struggle against an oppressive, absurd world. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the labyrinth of Franz Kafka's mind. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the literature that shapes our world. Let me know in the comments what other classic novels you'd like to see explored. Until next time.